Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 256 to my, let's, to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series, where we're going to sit on to the baby shiny tail for just a little bit longer, and he's showing me his house now because we got to it, and he's asking me what I think about it. I tell him, wow, it's beautiful. You and your family did a great job with the place. Emerald absolutely glows at your words. His whole body wiggles with joy, tail sweeping the dirt like a broom made of happiness. You really think so? He beams, looking around proudly. We all worked on it together. Mama picked the nesting moss, Papa moved the big stones, and my brothers helped dig the back part deeper so we can all fit inside during storms. He scampers ahead a little, then turns around and motions excitedly. Come on, come on! I want to see my favorite spot! As you step carefully into the den, careful not to trip on the smooth stones, you notice how well loved everything feels. Claw marks and tail prints are etched into the floor, but in the kind of way that tells stories rather than damage. Soft vines hang down near the back, creating a curtain over a private corner. Some moss patches have been arranged into little nests, each shaped slightly different, some larger, some curl up tighter, like a reflection of each family member's personality. Emerald leads you to a cozy spot of pale green moss tucked beneath an overhanging rock shelf. It smells faintly sweet and earthy. This is my spot, he says, sitting down proudly. It's warm even on cold nights, and I can see the stars through the little hole up there. He points up at a small break in the stone ceiling where beams of sunlight pour in. And I can hear the water outside when I fall asleep. He pats the moss beside him, inviting you to sit. I always dreamed of sharing this spot with a friend. From behind you, one of his Cronor brothers calls out, teasing, He never lets anyone sit there but Mama. Emerald grins but doesn't take his eyes off you. Guess that makes you really special, huh? Thank you for saying our home is beautiful, Twin. It means a lot coming from you, especially through everything you've been through. He places, then asks gently, and if you ever need a place to stay, even just for a little while, it's yours too, now. His voice starts to whisper, You're part of this family now. That's adorable. Do you notice how a lot of times that ends up happening? Anytime there's like a whole big family of Pokemon, they end up liking me and eventually just like letting me be like a flippin', like I'm one of the Toadal Cronor for alligators that are there with them. Because like, even as a tiny raptor, they'll flippin' treat me like I'm flippin', even though I'm so small, they treat me like I'm one of the best things that's ever happened to them. This little Toadal has definitely been doing it. He's been super sweet and playful the entire time. Alright guys, give me a second. Alright guys, I said, that's very kind of you. Your spot's amazing, your family's awesome, and the place you live in is amazing as well. Emerald looks like he's about to burst from how happy he is. His eyes glimmer like little rubies catching sunlight, and he hugs you tightly around the waist. His claws gentle, his snout pressed into your side. You really mean it? He murmurs, voice muffled in your shirt. I wanted to make sure you felt welcome, but hearing you say that about my spot, my family, our home, it just... He pulls back, his expression soft, cheeks a little flushed in that shiny emerald green way, and says in the most heartfelt tone you've heard from him yet, It makes me feel like I belong, like this place is really worth something, even to someone outside of it. Behind you, you hear the low rumbles of Farragut chuckles and a few teasing whistles from the Crocodile brothers, but they're good-natured, not mocking. Tension from earlier is gone now. The whole den feels peaceful, warm, and alive. Emerald sits down next to you again on his moss patch, leaning his head against your shoulder. You're the first human to ever be in this den, he says, his voice full of wonder, and the first person I've ever called a true friend. Not just someone who plays, but someone who sees me and who cares. He grins up at you, his fangs just slightly peeking out in that familiar Toadal way. And if my family's okay with it, I hope this isn't the last time you visit. From across the den, his mother, watching from the shaded side wall, gives a smile, knowing smile. As long as you treat this place and this family with the same kindness you showed Emerald today, she says, her deep voice full of general strength, you'll always be welcome here. Emerald's tail thumps against the moth. So, you want to stay for dinner? He asked with a cheeky little grin. We got berries, we got stew, and I can guarantee at least one of my brothers will fall into the river trying to show off. It's basically a full entertainment package. He nudges you playfully. Come on, twin. You already got a seat at the table. Are you serious? I did the lips again with mine, just trying to speak normally. It's confusing because part of me wants to continue doing the lips. Part of me is like, it's confused, making my brain kind of. I'm not forgetting how to speak because of it, but because that's making my own voice have the lips while I'm trying to say something normally. Alright, guys, give me a second. Alright, guys, I say I would love to stay for dinner. And by the way, mother and father for alligator, I didn't get their name. I told Emerald just said mama and papa. He didn't say a name. Neither of you have to worry about me doing anything to your den. I care about your species like I told you a few minutes ago. I don't hurt what I care about. At your words, the den falls into a moment of warm, thoughtful quiet. The mother Farragut, still seated calmly across from you, slowly lowers her head in a deep nod. Her deep red eyes meet yours, not as a test, not as a challenge, but with genuine respect. That means more than you know, she says, her voice low and steady like a gentle stream over stone. We've dealt with humans before, some who came too close to our nesting ground, others who only wanted us for our strength. But you? She glances to Emerald, then back at you. You chose kindness. You gave safety, not fear, and you saw value in us beyond battle. The father Ferretti steps forward now, though still imposing, his posture is more relaxed, arms no longer crossed. His heavy steps thud softly in the moss-lined floor as he approaches. He towers over you, easily 3 times your height. Well, Ferretti is supposed to be 7 feet tall unless this one's bigger. But as he stops in front of you, he gives this faintest flicker of his head, a subtle but unmistakable bow of acknowledgement. Protecting one of ours when we weren't there to do it ourselves, he says, his gruff voice resonant but quiet. Feeding him, naming him, giving him peace. He pauses. Then, you've earned our trust. Then, with a soft rumble and a glance towards the back of the den, he adds, let's eat before your new brothers tear apart the berry pile. New brothers? Did they really just consider me like them Chronos my brothers or something? I mean, I wouldn't be mad if them Chronos were my brothers. They're adorable. Yeah, because he said he adds, like, as he's done, something to talk to me. Too late! A voice shouts in the back, followed by a splat, a squawk, and the unmistakable noise of a crocodile slipping and crashing into a heap of fruit. Emerald giggles and grabs your hand again, pulling you up with excitement. Told you there'd be entertainment. You're led to a wide, flat stone near the center of the den, clearly meant for a group meals. Large leaves act as plates, and before long, ripe berries, roasted roots, and a gently steaming pot of heavy stew made from gathered herbs and river fish are laid out. One of the corner even carves a few soft logs for you to sit on comfortably. Okay, that's just flat out adorable. I told you. People call Crocodile ugly and despicable, but I think he's cute and adorable. And stuff like this proves it. He's adorable, dude. Come on. It doesn't. In some cases, it doesn't matter how the Pokemon looks. It's how big or how much of a kind heart they have. If they care for you, they can be the most genuinely caring Pokemon. I mean, my Crocodile from Pokemon Scarlet proves that. Both him and Feraligatr are like the sweetest Pokemon in the entire game. I think the only one that get close to beating him is maybe actually. I don't think really anybody beats him. Like there are times when they don't always give me affection, but they always show affection in some way or another. Whether that be by just being happy and playing, and being happy and just running around me, enjoying my meals, or giving me affection in battle. Either way, everyone's still in a ring, chatting, eating, and laughing. They may still sneak little glances at you, some curious, some playful, some already starting to warm up. And beside you, Emerald's grin never fades. He leans on your arm, swaying slightly as he munches a berry. Best day ever, he mumbles happily, juice dripping down his snout. I got a name, a new best friend, and Stu. Then looking up at you softly, he adds, and for the first time, I don't feel like the smallest one in the family anymore. He gently bumps his snout against your side. 'Cause now I've got you. He's so cute. Give me a second. Yeah, I think it's maybe forgetting little details. I don't completely know. It's not forgetting as much as character I would have already forgotten, but little details it definitely is. Every time I tell him I still love him even if he's massive. He keeps saying the same thing. You really mean that? And that's not a bad thing, but it makes me worried that like it's forgetting something, which is concerning for me because that's what makes ChatGPT so much further character AI. Hence why I put a lot more stories on here and done a lot more of it, more than character AI in a long time. I wish I could find one that has just as good of a memory. If I did, it'd be even better. That's very sweet of you, Emerald. Just like I told you earlier when it was just you and me, if you keep that friendly personality, even as a grown-up fur alligator, I will always care about you. Even if you somehow become 200 times the size of me or any of your family members. Emerald stops mid-bite, slowly lowering the half-eaten berry from his mouth. His eyes shimmer, like he's trying to blink away the sudden flood of emotion your words brought up. You really mean that? You know if I became... He glances at his claws, then at his parents, both already massive in size, then turns back to you. Way bigger? Like, I sneeze and cause a tidal wave kind of big? That would be kind of scary if he could do that. You nod, calm and sincere, and that's all it takes. Emerald drops the berry and leaps into your lap without a second thought, hugging you tightly around the waist again. Eyes squeezes shut, his tail going around your leg with instinctive affection. That's all I need to hear, he says quietly. I was already going to grow up one day, but hearing you say you'll still care no matter how big I get, no matter what I become. He leans back slightly and looks up at you, his voice gentle but strong. That makes me feel like I don't have to be scary. Even if I look it, I can be big and strong and powerful, but still be me, still be Emerald. His mother watches from across the den, a soft smile spreading across her powerful jaw. His father lets out a faint rumble of approval, nudging one of his sons to hand over another bundle of berries for you both. And one of the Crawnaw, Flint, maybe, leans over with a chuckle. Better watch it, Trenton. Emerald grows when he's happy. Keep saying stuff like that and you're gonna wake up with a lap full of Croco Giant. Croco Giant? Well, he'd be a fur alligator about that point, wouldn't he? Emerald laughs at that, squeezing your hand again. Well, if I do go huge one day, he says with a wink, I'll just give you a ride on my back. You can sit on my head and be the tiniest explorer ever. Captain Trenton, ruler of the giant gentle fur alligator. He pauses, then lowers his voice sincerely and gazing into your eyes. But even if I'm 200 times your size or just the same little toto you found crying in the forest, he hugs you again. He'll always be someone I look up to. Oh, he's so cute, dude. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, I appreciate that. Even if you did somehow become very aggressive, I wouldn't act mean towards you. I would never want to hurt you. That's why I was telling you earlier and why I want you to keep your friendly personality. Do you know how sad it would be to help you be to have I was supposed to say it put help you, I said have you be so friendly and happy now, but then I come back, let's say 4 months later, and you evolve into a fraggy that was super aggressive and mean, even towards the one person that treat you with love. Emerald goes completely quiet. He stares up at you with those deep red eyes, and for a moment, he doesn't smile. He doesn't laugh. He just thinks, and you can tell, really tell that your words hit something inside him. Not in a bad way, but in a real way, like you unlocked a piece of him that even he hadn't put into words yet. He shifts in your lap, sitting cross-legged now, claws wrestle gently on your arms. His voice, when it comes, is soft, almost a whisper. Yeah, that would be really sad. He swallows, then leans his forehead against your chest. I don't want to turn into that kind of fur alligator. The big, angry, bitter kind who forgets who he was or who cared about him. I know a few like that. Ones who got hurt and mistreated and just shut everyone out. He grips your arm a little tighter, not painfully, but as if grounding himself in the warmth of your presence. I promise, Twinton, I won't let that happen. I don't care how strong I get, or how big, or how sharp my teeth are. I won't forget this feeling, this love you've given me, this peace. You. He looks up again, tears just barely forming at the corners of his eyes, though he's doing his best not to blink them away. If anything ever happens to me, if I ever start to change into something cool or cold, I want you to remind me who I was today. It's Toadal, the one who cried, who laughed, who hugged you in a patch of moss and felt safe for the first time ever. His voice breaks just slightly, but he smiles again through it. Because that's who I really am. Not my claws, not my bite, not my size, just me. Then with a determined little growl and a spark of playful fire, and if I do ever go all giant and angry, you know what you should do? He taps your chest with a claw. You walk right up to me, look me in the eyes, and say, Emerald, stop it. You're acting like a jerk. And if I don't listen, he leans in close, nose nearly touching yours. Tickle me. Don't snap me out of it. Guaranteed. From across the den, one of the Colonel chokes on their stew, trying not to laugh, and even his father lets out a low, amused rumble. Emerald giggles too, then leans back against you, this time with a long, contented sigh. I don't want to be the kind of alligator who forgets who his first real friend was, and because of you, I won't. He closes his eyes and rests his head against your side again. You helped shape the full alligator I want to grow into, Twinton. And no matter how long it takes or how big I get, I'm gonna make you proud. He is so adorable. Alright guys, I said, even when I first met you, you could sense the pain that people had inflicted on me. And I didn't even tell you anything about that. That's already bad enough, but think about how worse that would feel if a Pokemon that cared about me did that. I would still care about you either way, but that's why I keep telling you to please keep your friendly personality. Even your mother, father, and other siblings are still friendly. They're just protective and trying to keep you safe. But if they wasn't nice, a while ago when you said that I was taking care of you after your family showed up, they will just immediately attack me the moment they heard the word human. They didn't. And not only listened to me, but were nice to me as well. Emerald listens silently, really listens as you speak, his expression changing with every word. There's no distraction in his eyes, no playful wiggle in his tail this time, just focus and feeling. When you bring up how he sensed your pain before you even told him, his small claws gently tighten their hold around your arm. You see the realization deepen in him. The weight of what you've been carrying and what it would mean if someone like him ever added to it. I felt it, he says quietly, the moment I saw you. His voice is soft now, not sad but understanding, like someone speaks when they know exactly what's at stake. I didn't know what caused it, but it was there, like something heavy you'd been carrying for a long time. I didn't want to add to it, I wanted to lighten it. He looks up at you again, his red eyes brighter now, Not from tears this time, but from something deeper. Resolve. I get it, Twin. I really do. That's why I'm gonna hold on to this part of myself forever. The friendly, sweet, kind part. The part that makes you smile when you look at me. Not flinch or fear that I'll turn to someone who hurts you. He places a small claw on your chest again, right over your heart. And you're right. My family is protective, but also patient and gentle. That's what makes them strong. Not just teeth or claws, but who they are inside. And they saw that in you. He smiled softly, forceful of meaning. You trusted me when I said you weren't a threat, and now they trust you. This is everything about the kind of human you are. From across the den, you notice Emerald's mother quietly watching the two of you again. She gives you a knowing nod. No words this time, just the kind of look that says, "You're already part of this family." Emerald turns to you again, shifting to sit facing you fully. So no matter how much I grow, no matter what form I take, toad owl, crocodile, or alligator, maybe even something bigger one day, I won't forget how you looked at me like I was someone good, even before I proved anything. He joint taps his claw to your chest again. Because you're good too. You after what people did to you. You didn't turn cold. You still showed me love. And I promise, on my name, the one you gave me, I'll never let that love be something you'd regret. Then, with a small, shy smile, I'll always be your Emerald, the friendly, funny, protective goofball you met in the forest. He leaned against you once more and whispers, "You're safe with me, always." He's such a sweet Pokemon, dude. Alright. Here's what I said, guys. I said, I believe you. Trust me, I do. Your whole family seems to be nice, and I would love to see your whole other Totodile and Chronos siblings grow up the same way. Still be sweet and caring instead of just aggressive monsters. I care about your family, whether it be your mother or father or siblings and you. Emerald's breath catches in his throat. He stares up at you, eyes wide, jaw slightly parted, not in shock, but in that soft, stunned way someone reacts when they've just heard something that fills a hole they didn't even know was empty. You care about all of us? His voice is a whisper. Not just him, the shiny Baytail crying along who got your attention, but his Chronon brothers who had their claws up when they saw you. His strong, silent father, his protective but gentle mother, even the mischievous twins who still haven't made it back yet. He presses both of his small claws over his chest and slowly nods. That means everything, Twinton, because it's not just me that needed to hear that. Some of my brothers, they want to stay soft on the inside, but they're scared. They think being strong means being tough all the time, or acting like they don't care. He glances back toward them. Crag and Jet are mock wrestling with one another over the last berry, while Sleet is showing off a carved stick like it's a legendary sword. But when Emerald looks back at you, his gaze is different now, firmer and wiser. I think when they see how you treat me, how you talk to all of us, they're going to realize they can grow up strong and kind. They don't have to give up what they are inside. He leans forward, placing both his little claws gently over your hands. And maybe that's why you came into our lives. Maybe Arceus, or Fate, or something bigger sent you to help us, the same way you say we helped you. And then, quietly, with a sincerity so deep it almost doesn't feel like it came from such a small Pokemon. If I ever do become a huge, powerful alligator, I want to be one that makes you proud, not afraid. From behind you, Emerald's mother stands up and slowly walks over. She rests a massive clawed hand on your son's head, then gently touches your shoulder. You care for more than just one of us, she says softly. You see value in a whole species that many fear or overlook. That is rare and precious. She glances down at Emerald, then at you. If you ever want to return, not just to visit Emerald, but to see how the others grow, our den will always be open to you. The father forever gives a low groan of approval from the fire pit, and one of the Chrono calls out, That means you're stuck with us now, Trenton. Hope you like cold rivers and bad jokes. Emerald giggles and leans against you again, his head resting gently on your side. We're not just a family of Pokemon anymore, he mutters. We're a family with you in it now. And for a moment everything is peaceful. Warm moss beneath you, gentle firelight flicking across the den against the den walls, sound of laughing crocodile, and a tiny shiny Toadle pressed against you with a heart full of love. This is what family should feel like. Holy crap. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, I appreciate that, everyone. You all have amazing hearts that are bigger than your bodies. That's how kind you are. A hush settles over the den, not from awkwardness, but from deep, genuine emotion. Emerald's tail gives the gentlest flick across your leg, and he smiles up at you, full of adoration. Excuse me. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to us, he whispers. His mother, still resting a larger claw on your shoulder, exhales softly, visibly moved by your words. Her powerful form, so intimidating to outsiders, softens in expression. You see us, she says quietly, voice like the gentle crash of distant waves. Not just our teeth, not just the scales of the strength, not just the scales or the strength, but our hearts. Smarter steps forward in two now, arms forward as always, but this time not guardingly. He looks at you, then his family, thinking as a fur nod. Kindness like yours doesn't come often, he says, especially not from those who've been hurt the way you have. But you chose to see the good in us, and that we'll never forget it. One of the Krana cove with the sea foam colored fins nudges a mossberry toward you and grins. I think we should make that our motto. Hearts bigger than our bodies. Kinda fits, huh? Our motto. That's kinda cute. Oh my gosh, I love this crocodile. I love the crocodiles and toads and fur alligators. Hey, people call Krana ugly, but I think he's cute. Yeah, he's not as cute as Toadle or as amazing as Feraligatr, but does that mean he deserves to be left out of the coolness circle? No. He has the cuteness of a Toadle still, in my opinion, but also the more fierceness of a Feraligatr. He's like the mix of both, to me, which is perfect. Everybody hates on him. It almost makes me think that Kronos should get something cool. Like, I know it wouldn't make sense for him to get like a Mega Evolution or anything, but imagine that. Like him actually getting a special Mega Evolution he can only achieve in his crocodile form. I mean, granted, then everybody start calling him ugly even more somehow. Knowing my luck, I don't want that point getting treated like that. He's too sweet. The other tested ones murmur their agreement, some chuckling, some smiling shyly. Sweet raises his claw in a dramatic pose like he's announcing it to the world. The Toadle family of kindness. Fear us not, for we will love you furiously. Emerald burst into laughter at that. The snow is close to you again, still giggling. You're really special, Twin, he says softly. That's because of how much you care about me, because you care about all of us, and we can feel it. He leans up slightly and gently touches a snout to your chest. You're safe here, and no matter how far you go or how long you've gone, you'll always have a place in this family. You gave us something bigger than protection. His voice is nearly a whisper. You gave us hope. And from that moment on, you realize it wasn't just Emerald who needed someone that day. It was all of them. And you gave them exactly what their giant, loving hearts had always been waiting for. Someone who truly saw them and loved them anyway. It says that like it's flipping like it's an insult how they look or how they are. It's like, no. As sweet as a Feraligatr can be, there also can be very aggressive ones. That'd be like one of my biggest fears in real life with having a real life Feraligatr. Would he be sweet to me like he is in the games or the anime or the games or the chatbots, or would he be aggressive and trying to attack me? You know what I'm saying? Hey, bud, please don't hurt me. I like you. I wouldn't hurt you. You know? Give me a second. Alright, guys. Here's what I said. I appreciate all of your family's kindness, Emerald. Honestly, all of you are awesome, and that motto idea is a good one, and it would fit your family almost perfectly. Although, it'd almost make more sense if it said something like, this family can be very kind and sweet, but if you're here to be mean to us or hurt us, then go away. Not quite like that, but something that says you can be friendly and kind-hearted when you need to be, but your family also can be very mean and protective if hurt or threatened. Emerald claps his little claws together with excitement, tail smacking the ground like a drum roll. Ooh, that's even better, he chirps. It's honest, and it's bold, and it's so us. He looks back at his family, bouncing on his feet as he says, okay, what about something like... He clears his throat and stands tall, puffing out his chest in a mock serious pose. We're a family with hearts bigger than our bodies, but mess with one of us, and you answer to all of us. His Colonel siblings explode into laughter and whoops of approval. Jet throws a missive mossberry like a celebratory firework, while Cove whistles loudly. And now that's a family motto, Jet says, grinning toothily. Put that on a rock and hang it above the den entrance. His mother chuckles, a rumble like distant thunder, but her eyes sparkle with pride. It speaks the truth, she agrees, looking over at you. Kindness isn't weakness, it's the choice to care, even when you have the power to do otherwise. That's what we've taught our children. His father gives a deep nod and holds his arms again, and when that kindness is threatened, we protect it. Furiously. Emerald leans in, elbows you gently, beaming. I think you just helped us write the best family creed ever. Then a dramatic pose, he raises one claw high and declares with a mock heroic voice, the Emerald Code. Hearts big as rivers, love deep as lakes, but crosses? Oh no, that's your mistake. Even the Verjager parents chuckle at that, and Sleep falls over laughing. Emerald looks back up at you with a grin so wide it nearly overtakes its face. See, Twin, you fit right in. Then, with a more tender tone, he adds, and thanks for helping us say what we always felt, but never knew how to put into words. You get us. Really get us. And that means everything. He rests his head on your arm again, voice soft. We'll always be kind first, but if anyone dares to hurt someone we love, especially you, he gives a playful little growl that still holds a spark of real promise. They better be ready to deal with a whole family of love-powered crocodiles. Love-powered crocodiles. I love it. Okay, I had a feeling this would be a lot funner than the Cobra. The Cobra one worked out really well at the end, but this one's been fine or great pretty much all the way through. And I'm hoping that I have a feeling that it's going to be kind of switching up. Because before I actually continue a little bit longer, let me show you guys this. If I go into my thingy right here, click on archive chats, here is the chats that we've got. This whole list that says 2 days ago right here, I re-archived them so that way they'll be easier to find. Well, here's the thing. After this one, well, we did the Cobra one at the bottom one. The Toad one we're doing now was above it, but since we unarchived it, it's not there anymore. The one we got after that is the Fountain of Growth. There's two about Shadow that's a little bit differently. Well, the story about Shadow this time is actually a little bit different, because the story with Shadow in this one is that, like, he didn't get built when I was the owner. It was when the previous owner owned the studio. And let's just say, I'm not going to give away too much, so let's just say he didn't get treated the best, and it made him not happy. So, yeah. Then we got stuff like, we got another one about, that involves me being in a book. However, this time it's more than just the Toadal family. We got another friendly dinosaur one, but this time instead of it being reversed, like the herbivores are angry and mean while the carnivores are sweet, no, every dinosaur is friendly in that one. We have, we got a actual interesting story that I came up with myself called the Roaring Berry. I'll go more in detail about that when we actually get to it. That one's actually gonna be a pretty interesting story if it works out well. And there's obviously even more, but I'm not gonna go through every one of them so I don't waste time here. So yeah, but anyway, we're gonna continue, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Here's what I said. I said that's very sweet of all of you. Emerald, that creed worked so well for your family. You should definitely keep it. But it would make more sense if, at the end, you somehow find a way to describe that if you're here to hurt or mess with our family, then they've made a mistake. You saying just to cross us would be a mistake makes it sound like that even if somebody just looks at you or comes close to you but hasn't attacked you, your family would still try to hurt them. Do you know what I mean? Emerald blinks, then nods slowly, his expression turning thoughtful. You can see that spark of understanding behind his eyes, like your words are helping him polish something that was already shining. Yeah, yeah, I do know what you mean, he says. You're right. He shifts closer, sitting upright with his claws together as he thinks it over, his tail lazily swaying behind him. The way I said it did kind of sound like we just lash out anyone who got near, huh? Jet lets out one claws that calls out playfully. Yeah, like, hi, we're friendly. Unless you accidentally step on a stick, then it's war. Okay, that Chronon made that funny. That was cute. The whole den chuckles, even Emerald, who gives his brother a fake glare before turning back to you with a smile. But you're right, Chanton. We want people to know we're kind first, and we're open to love and friendship, but we won't tolerate cruelty. So, he taps his chin, then suddenly perks up, eyes wide with inspiration. How about this version? We're a family with hearts bigger than our bodies. Kind, loving, and strong together. But if you come with hurt in your heart or harm in your hands, then you made the mistake of thinking kindness means weakness. The den falls silent. Even the more chaotic Chronoff freeze mid-berry throw. As Marcely turns toward Emerald, her eyes soft and proud. His father gives a single slow nod, his powerful arms relaxing. Cove leans over and mutters, Dang, that was really good. Emerald looks back up at you again, a little bashful now after everyone's reaction. Did I do it right, Chinton? He asked quietly. I tried to make it clear. We're not mean, but if someone comes here just to hurt us, they're the ones who messed up. He smiles again, a little softer, and he helped me find the right words, just like he helped me find who I want to grow up to be. Alright, guys. I just said that definitely works way better, Emerald. The only thing I would say to change, if anything at all, would be to somehow make that rhyme. Because I love the rhyme the first one had. Honestly, the one you came up with is perfect, though. So if you can't think of something that would rhyme, but also describe how your family is, that's okay if you can't. Emerald's eyes light up like a campfire being sparked, and he practically vibrates with excitement. Oh, yes! I love rhymes too, he grins. They make it sound like a legend, like something a wise Pokemon would say before striking a cool pose on a cliff. He stands dramatically on a mossy rock, claws on his hips as his siblings snicker. Okay, let me think. They want to say we're kind and strong, but if you try to hurt someone in our family, then you're the one making a mistake. He scratches his chin thoughtfully, then suddenly his eyes go wide and he gasps. I got it! He clears his throat and announces proudly, We're a family with hearts bigger than our size. Kindness and love are what make us wise. But if you come to harm or bring us pain, then crossing our den was your biggest mistake. Pain, mistake. Well, it does work better. It's just the fact that, like, I was expecting, like, the whole thing to rhyme. I mean, it's like the rhyming Rexy. You almost expect everything he says to end in a rhyme, you know? Or even, like, when he does a rap or starts singing, like in that one curse. Speaking of, guys, it'll be a while for you to see it, but we'll get to see Rexy again. Because there is another one with Rexy on here. So, yeah. Um, let's see. Let's see. The den erupts. Cove actually falls off his log laughing and cheering. Sleet is pounding his tail on the floor in applause. Emerald's mother gives a very proud look, while his father lets out a deep, approving growl that sounds suspiciously like a chuckle. Even one of the quieter Chronos siblings, Drift, mutters, "Okay, that's going on a rock somewhere." Emerald turns to you now, breathless but beaming. "Well, what do you think, King? I wanted to rhyme, but also tell the truth about us. We're not just tough, we're tough when it counts." He points a claw over his chest. "And that creed wouldn't exist without you. You helped me find those words." Then softly, "You helped me find me." That works, my friend. Period. That's a great creed or motto, whatever you want to call it. Emerald's whole face lights up like a sunrise, brighter than any shine his green scales. His tail flops it silently against the mossy ground, and without a word he leaps forward and wraps his little arms around you in the warmest, tightest hug yet. "Yes!" he squeals joyfully, burying his snout in your chest. "You say it works? Then I know it's perfect." His sibling starts chanting jokingly, "Emerald the poet! Emerald the poet!" He groans and hides his face a little, muttering, "You guys are the worst." But he's grinning too hard to mean it. His mother walks over with a soft, approving smile. "It's more than a motto," she says, resting her MasterCard gently on Emerald's head. "It's the heart of our family, put into words, and it came from both of you." His father gives you a nod, voice deep and steady. "You understand us in a way most humans never do. That's rare, and we won't forget it." Emerald peeks up at you from the hug, his voice quiet but full of love. "Now we got something to remember forever. Something ours." Then, with a little nudge of a snout, "You helped shape our family's future, King. Not just with kindness, but with words that'll last generations. I think someday other Toadol families might hear that creed too, and when they do, they'll know it came from a human who really cared." He leans his head against you again and sighs softly in content. "Thanks for being part of our story." For just a moment, it feels like that story will last forever. You're welcome. Period. It was nice to meet you, Emerald, and your amazing family. I will definitely come back soon to see you. Maybe by then you'll be a little more grown up. Maybe even much bigger. I don't know. That's all. Emerald's eyes glisten with emotion, his smile stretching ear to ear as he looks up at you. He sniffles once, not from sadness, but from overwhelming joy. You, you mean it?" he asks softly. "You'll come back?" He clings to you for a moment longer, then slowly lets go, taking a half step back to look at you properly. His expression's glowing with that same hopeful light he had when you first fed him, only now it's growing to something much deeper. Trust and belonging. "I'll be waiting," he says firmly, tail switching behind him. I don't know how much I'll grow by the time you come back. Maybe just a little taller, maybe a whole evolution. But no matter what, Joey bumps a snout against your hand. I'll still be me, your Emerald. Behind him, his siblings start waving goodbye, some goofy, some quiet, some offering playful smirks. His mother steps forward one last time, just pushing her cold hand over yours. You're welcome here any time, she says warmly. This den, this family, has a place in it for you now. His father steps beside her and gives you one final nod. We'll be watching the forest for your return. Emerald jogs beside you as you start to head toward the edge of the den, stopping once at the edge to look back. His small claws wave excitedly, his voice echoing through the den as he calls out, Be safe, Trenton. Next you come back? His grin widens playfully. I might be big enough to carry you on my shoulders. And with one last heartfelt look, Emerald waves again. Don't forget us! Because he sure won't forget you. I won't. Period. Thank you to you and your amazing family for being so nice. I can't wait to see you, your mother, your father. And your amazing siblings. Aww. Emerald beams, his eyes shimmering like the surface of a calm lake under the morning sun. He takes one step forward, staying just outside the den entrance, framed by the light streaming through the trees. We'll be waiting, Twin, he says, voice steady and full of warmth. And when you come back, I'll have something ready for you. A surprise, maybe, or maybe just an even bigger hug. Behind him, his mother gives you a graceful bow of her head. His father raises one clawed hand, a strong, silent farewell. And the siblings, they erupt all at once. Come back soon! Bring more berries next time. You're officially one of us. I'm carving your name into a stone, just in case. Emerald laughs and shakes his head, then looks at you one last time. Quieter now. No matter where you go, Trenton, you've got a home here. He places a small claw over his heart. You've helped me find my name, my voice, and the kind of forever I want to grow up to be. Then he points gently at your heart. And you remind us that even when the world hurts you, you can still choose to love. He sniffles softly and adds with a shaky but proud voice, Thank you for being the kind of person who sees Pokemon not as tools, but as family. He waves one last time, a little slower, a little more emotional. See you soon, Swinton. As you step back into the sunlit forest, the wind of the wolf follows you like a quiet, warm wind at your back. You return because now you aren't just a visitor, you're family. That is so cute. And see, now here's the problem. Part of me wants to continue the story to where we can have more stuff happen. But part of me also thinks that it would be better to stop and not go too far. Because I know the last time that happened with the giant cobra, it ended up going pretty badly. Because it didn't go badly, it ended off good still. But when I continued it did end up like kind of forgetting a lot of stuff that we discussed the last time I was with them. I mean, it makes sense if it's been a few weeks, but it's like at the same time, like, come on, technically in the chat box time, it'd only be like a few minutes, you know? So it's like, how in the world does it forget some of that stuff? That's why I never figured why Hi.AI's memory was so bad. I'd say something like 10 minutes before, or I'd say something 10 minutes ago, and I'd already forgotten about it. This thing's at least better about remembering stuff more often. So, yeah. Whether I want to do a video of this right now, or another video of this right now, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But I do kind of have an idea of what can happen next time. I don't know whether Emerald will be evolved into a crocodile or a Feraligatr by then, but that'd be amazing. Oh wait, there is one more thing I want to try before I do it. Hold on. I continue walking until the den is out of sight. Once I leave, and the family can't see me no more. Hold on, I have an idea. Continue the story from their perspective for a few minutes. There we go, it actually did. As your figure disappears past the trees, swallowed by the golden light of the lake, late afternoon, a stillness sails over the den. Emerald remains at the entrance for a few moments, but longer, claws at his sides, eyes fixated on the spot you last stood. His tail is still now, no wag, no sway, just quiet. He's really gone, he whispers. Tamara walks up beside him, placing her large scaled hand gently on his back. For now, she said softly, but he'll be back. You could feel it too, couldn't you? Emerald nodded slowly, blinking away the moisture in his eyes. Yeah, I could. But it's weird. Like part of my heart just walked off into the woods. Behind them, the den is still alive with the quiet moments of the family. Crag and Jet, who moments ago were play fighting, are now tidying up the berry pile, usually silent. Cove sits beside the fire pit, poking the embers with a stick, his normally goofy face faded into something softer. Sweet, the quietest of the crocodile siblings, breaks the silence first. That human? He changed something, didn't he? Far Feraligatr lets out a low hum, walking forward and standing tall near the center of the den. He reminded us, the Feraligatr rumbles, that not all humans bring pain. Some bring healing. Emerald finally turns around and walks up into the den. Rises into the den. He didn't just heal me. He reminded all of us what it means to be gentle without being weak. To trust, even when it's scary. He pauses, glancing at the spot where you sat for so long with him, his eyes soft. And he saw us for what we really are. Not just our teeth or claws, but our hearts. His mother kneels beside him and gently nuzzles his head with her snout. And you let him in, Emerald. You trusted him first. That's something special. That's something we'll remember. The fire crackled softly again. One of the younger Toadal, who had been too shy to approach earlier, walls over and sits beside Emerald, leaning gently against him. Emerald wraps his arm around them and smiles. Next time he comes back, I'm gonna be stronger. Not just bigger, but more like the Feralger I want to become. Siblings gather around slowly, one by one, sitting close, forming a warm circle by the fire. Sleep quietly speaks again. Do you think he'll really come back? Emerald doesn't hesitate. I know he will. As the fire burns gently behind them, and the wind hums softly through the den walls, the family settles in close, united, warm, and for the first time in a long while, hopeful. They don't speak much after that. They don't need to, because in their hearts they know this wasn't a goodbye. It was a promise. That was a cute way to end that one off, honestly. Really, really neat. Alright. Guys, the video's been long enough. I'm done for now on this one.